Hey everybody, and welcome to your energy forecast for the week of April 30th. So from Monday to Sunday, my name is Shannon Hugman, and I'm here to talk about the planetary currents, the highways of energy, helping to give you an awareness of which way the currents are moving this week. So the planets aren't doing anything to us. Instead, they're currents of energy that flow around us. And as an astrologer, I really like to come at this work reminding you all that you're individuals and we all have free will. And so let's use this information as a little bit of a map to help us walk the trail, or maybe, it's like a weather forecast, lets us know if it's raining, but it's still our responsibility to grab our raincoats and put on our boots. So I just always like to start off these broadcasts putting the ball in your court and really empowering you to use your free will and integrate this information into your life. So hi, everybody who are here joining live. Thank you all so much for being here. And everybody who shares this, thank you so much. It's been really fun coming on the last few weeks, and it's amazing the reach, that the organic reach just from you all sharing, comments, liking, even just viewing and not pressing anything. They go so far and they mean so much. So thank you all to all my audience. And again, thanks for all the comments, all the likes, all the shares. If you're watching this live or if you're watching the recording, feel free to use the comments as a question zone, a place where you can ask me questions, where you can communicate with me. I do always come in and read the comments and reply to questions. So feel free to say hi, get in touch, let me know what's going on and what your questions are. So this is a week where first of all, right now it's Monday. We're in the aftermath of a pretty intense full moon. Now, when I say intense, that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing, but it means heightened emotions were definitely going on. Heightened feelings or sensations, and it can be kind of, a volatile time. And so a lot of what may be coming up is the work that we have to do and what we're doing and how much are we doing. And this can be all on our minds this week. Our minds can be really hot. Our minds can be kind of going a mile a minute, and maybe our minds have been going a mile a minute for a while. We notice this about ourselves. But I think a lot of 2018, we were really in like slow motion zone. It feels like 2018, so far has gone by like that, but also was almost like we've all lived these own lifetimes. It's been a long time too, if you think about how much. If we just sit for a minute and think back to January 2018, it feels like it's been a nice pretty penny of time. However, it also feels like it's gone like that. So time has been very malleable, very mutable. And now it can feel like we have to make up for lost time, or it can feel like we have to get going, or we've been farting around. We haven't been doing enough. And so this is almost the trap that we don't want to fall into. Hi, Alyssa. Thanks for being here. We don't want to fall into the trap of trying to play the catch-up game or trying to have to chase after things. And this is a week where there's temptation to start to do that. Instead, what we can really do is take a minute and almost, this is what I would say for the beginning of May, the first half of May. Let's instead look at all that we've done. Instead of feeling we have to chase, catch up, let's take a look at who we're ahead of. Now, obviously, we want to be careful with comparing ourselves too much, and we want to, at the end of the day, remember life isn't this intense race. It doesn't really matter where I'm at. There's going to be huge temptation this week to check out where our opponents are. I remember when I was a competitive swimmer, and when we were swimming, if we took a second to look back and see where those people were, that never served us in the end. That always actually made us slow down. And so we don't really it's going to be a temptation to stop and look around at the competition. It's definitely going to be there, but that's only going to slow us down in the long run. So we want to keep our eyes in our lane, keep our eyes on our plate, really know what we're doing, what we're choosing first and foremost. And then when we get to that place of that self-awareness of looking at ourselves, it can feel like, whoa, I got to catch up. I got to go. Or it can feel like maybe that urgency came from looking at everybody else, looking at how close they're getting to me, and that created this urgency. And maybe now when I look at myself and I say, what am I on track to make? There's nothing to worry about. It's like I've been training for this race. I've been training to get to this personal best time. Why don't I just focus on just finishing the race and noticing how all my work paid off? So that's the invitation this week, is instead of saying, how much more do I have to do? Let's shift the gears and say, look at how much I've already done, and give ourselves some kudos for that, because it's, you know, a lot of power in just taking that second and saying, wow, look at my training has paid off. My going to the gym has paid off. My writing in my journal has paid off. Whatever the goals are, whatever the things you've been doing. And again, some of this may not even be physical goals. Maybe it's not going to the gym. Maybe it's getting more sleep has been something you've been doing. So it's full spectrum. But instead of getting caught up in that rat race, it's going to really serve us to take a minute and say, look at where I'm at, and I am proud of myself, and I'm ready to rock and roll. And that's, you know, the goal. And if you're in a place where you're like, look at where I'm at, oh, I still feel like there's more to do, look at it instead of these are things that you could do. If we really switch the option right now this week from should to could, that's, instead of saying I should do this, say, well, I could do this. And then the power kind of comes back in our courts. And it can be a week where we actually realize we've got options. There's going to be a lot more races. It's not all this do or die energy. So yeah, we're gearing up for some big shifts. May is coming in hot. It's a really exciting month. We have the planet Uranus switching into Taurus. This is something that happens every 7 years, so I'm pretty stoked about it. The fact that this 7-year cycle is actually wrapping up, we've been in this cycle since 2011, really sort of adds to what I'm saying in let's just take a minute and look at where we've been. But I do have an online intention circle, which are basically, if you don't know what my online intention circles are, they're 1-hour broadcasts, private broadcasts, that talk about whatever the cycle is. So we're going to be talking about Uranus and Taurus, what it means for the next 7 years, what it means for each specific sign, and then we do a meditation and a heart speak emotional healing to kind of align with those energies. So you can join us on May 29th, so we're still a while away. May 29th, we're doing the Uranus in Taurus online intention circle, and that you can register at shannonhugman.com, or there's also the direct link in the post, like the description of this post. Always, you can book one-on-one sessions at shannonhugman.com, which is also in the post. And then I work for a yoga studio here in Goderich, Ontario, called the Yoga Den, and we are in a contest to win a $25,000 grant, which we're going to put towards bringing yoga to vulnerable populations, bringing yoga to all people, regardless of if they can pay for it or afford it or not. So help us help the community of Goderich by bringing yoga to yoga to all, yoga for all. And you can vote actually once every 24 hours, and that link is in this broadcast too. So anybody who votes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I so appreciate it. And I really, again, I appreciate any shares of this broadcast, any likes, any comments. All of that kind of is like gasoline that feeds the machine that is my Facebook. So thank you for filling up my tank. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And yeah, post your comments in the chat and I will definitely respond. Take care, everybody.